Hello, we are live at NAMM 2017. It is now day 4. It is Sunday. It is the last day. And my name is Tuho. I am correspondent for EnterTalk Radio. And you're watching gear previews as well, brought to you by Pitbull Audio. So it's a combination of gear previews, a combination of EnterTalk Radio. But more importantly, our guest here right now is Mr. Scott Robertson. And he is the host of one of our talk shows on EnterTalk Radio. Please tell us more about it. What is the title? What is the purpose?
I forget. Honestly, no, I'm just kidding. No. So I host a show called May the Best Brand Win.
May the Best Brand Win.
Yes, right here on EnterTalk Radio. The undisputed leader in music biz talk, I was told to say at gunpoint, and
it's still pointing. Actually,
there's like a red dot right here, and they're like, "Hey, wait, he didn't say the tagline. He didn't say the tagline. Go back. He didn't say the tagline." So we're here at day 4.
Yes.
Good friend of mine, Kevin Johnstone, always used to tell me, he ran the trade show for a number of years when I worked at NAMM, and he said that day 4 always starts with a Bloody Mary and a groan. And so if you look around you right now, you can't look around you, a viewing audience on Facebook Live, but if you could, what you would see is that pretty much.
Yeah, I had to take a gram of Tylenol this morning for my feet.
A gram. Nice work.
Thank you.
I like it.
Tell us more about the show.
So the show, we dig into all kinds of fun stuff that's going on in marketing and branding. Mm-hmm. You know, the world of marketing and branding is always kind of crazy. There's always new stuff that's coming out, new technologies and tools, and then rooted in good old fashioned marketing strategy and branding and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I run a business that advises clients in the music and technology industries about that, and so I sort of bring some of that knowledge and advice to the EnterTalk radio audience. Mm-hmm. That's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And I do a segment on the show called Winning and Losing, where we talk about who's making big boo-boos out there in the marketing world, and people always ask me, they say, how do you find, you ever run out of content, for that? And I'm like, I have extreme confidence that
that will not happen.
Yes, we're always going to have stuff.
Exactly. And tell the audience a little bit more about whom you've had as clients on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So my clients at the NAMM Show this year are BandLab, which is a digital audio workstation creation collaboration tool in the cloud. Great client, and they also have acquired a company called Mono that makes bags for mobile musicians. So we've been having a really busy show over there, and I have Voco Pro, which is a leader in the karaoke industry and audio industry.
I see.
Great client as well, and it's always good to see my friends in the music industry and just so many great relationships and friends here at the NAMM Show. Mm-hmm. It's been. It's a grueling show, and certainly day 4. By day 4, you're kind of like, feel like you've been hit by a truck. But,
absolutely.
We all kind of feel that, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, have you been here all 4 days?
I was here since Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
All right.
I just have a little, blanket and pillow and stuff, and I just sleep in the boots. They're like, that's just Scott. He's
no one
here.
will know. No one will know that you never cleared the floor, right? Tell us what have been the highlights of NAMM 2017 for you?
I think product-wise, it's fun to see. So many cool technologies that are coming out. Mm-hmm. Obviously with BandLab and companies like BandLab trying to do things in the cloud. I think that's a really cool frontier for musicians. Mm-hmm. The idea that I have a lot of friends that play music all around the world, and the fact that we can collaborate on songs together and not actually be in Los Angeles or Nashville or anything like that mm-hmm. together at the same time is a pretty cool thing. And I think that you're seeing the beginning of that trend where people are saying, well, these physical limitations to us playing music together are no longer going to be barriers to us. And all these mobile devices that we use to throw angry birds at little houses made of ice and wood and stuff. Turns out they also make really good conduits for making music.
I do wonder, though, when will this cloud run out of space, right? It seems like every company is moving towards cloud technology now.
The cloud.
And now it's raining.
You can't delete anything from the cloud. Yes, exactly.
What else have you seen that's been fascinating?
It's cool to see. I like to look at some of the boutique guitar makers, and so I like to look at some of the just some of the innovation that comes out of people's minds, and some of these small companies that are, rethinking the way that guitars can look and be designed, and that sort of thing. So I've really enjoyed looking at some of the the luthiers and some of their boutique instruments. That's always a lot of fun. And
do you also like to save up some money for these one-of-a-kind instruments?
Exactly.
But they're so gorgeous.
How many guitars do you need? One more.
One more. It's $22,000, sir. Well, it's so gorgeous. I just have to have it.
It's like, you know what? Your kids don't need to eat. They become teenagers. They can eat at their friends' houses. I mean, eating is highly overrated, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's been a great show for my clients. We've had just so much fun here, and just hitting some of the after hours events, and the Tech Awards last night was fantastic, and Joe Perry received the Hall of Fame award, and then the Hollywood Vampires performed after that with Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper and stuff like that. And, so obviously that was a cool thing going on at the show.
Anything else you wanted to highlight at NAMM 2017?
They need more massage booths. More like stop and get a massage, get a foot massage.
Yeah, this is a place where you easily hit your 10,000 steps mark. Very easily.
By like lunchtime.
By lunchtime, you're like, oh, I just walked 5 miles.
I love people that say, oh, just come by my booth. I'm I'm up here on level 3 or whatever, and I'm like, it depends on what time of day you're going over, but it's like that could take half the day to get over there.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, squirrel. Every booth, you're just like, it's not a good place for people with musical ADD. You'll be like, wait.
Soft serve ice cream with squirrels.
Soft serve ice cream. And is that a bar? Are they serving? I saw some people knocking down cocktails at like 10:30 yesterday. I was like, now these are professionals.
Yes.
These are professionals.
Tell me a little bit about how you came up with the idea, with starting your show, May the Best Brand Win. Where did that concept start, and how did you execute it and meet Florentino Buenaventura, the CEO of EnterTalk Radio?
Sure. Well, Florentino and I knew each other, for years, and he said, I'm starting up this, EnterTalk Radio thing, and I believe I approached him with a couple of my clients that were here at the NAMM Show when I went into business for myself, and I started working for clients in the music industry. I reach out to the media, of course, and probably in through that relationship. And Florentino said, "Oh, you're interesting guy, and this marketing stuff that you do is kind of an interesting world, and not something that's always talked about." Marketing, there's a lot of misconceptions about marketing, I think, that go on, and you even see it play out, here at a big trade show.
Yeah.
You go by people's booths sometimes, and you look at their message, and you realize that, it's like they haven't done a lot of thinking about what their message is. Innovation today, power tomorrow, and you're going,
I'm never going to remember you.
I still don't know what it is that you do, that kind of thing. And sometimes I think the marketing profession is kind of guilty of that, because they're like, oh, let's find some words that kind of rhyme together and sound good together, and then that'll be your slogan. It's like, no. That shouldn't be your slogan. The reason that shouldn't be your slogan is because that is stupid and doesn't make any sense. What you want to do is do things that are smart and make sense for your brand. And and I like to take that a step further. I believe that all branding is emotional.
Yes.
And I believe that if you can lock into that emotion that people are feeling about the brands, that's sort of the brand carousel ride that you want to take people on. Not just innovation today, innovation tomorrow, innovation always, or that kind of thing. And you're like, you feel like going over to the CEO and go, do you even know what that sentence means?
Yeah.
Well, it means that we're an innovative company. It's like, well, you and literally everyone else in the world.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. I know that in the hotel business, when someone needs to think about what will the architecture look like, what will the interior design look like, they realize that their clients will never remember all the details of the architecture, all the details of that flower or that arrangement, but it's the emotion that develops when they walk through the hallway or the lobby of the hotel that stays with them. It's the emotion.
It used to be, when I came up in marketing, in the marketing profession, there used to be this, belief that B2B marketing, when you sell, businesses sell to other businesses, which largely what you see here at the NAMM Show. It's not open to the public. You have, retailers, buying from suppliers in this B2B marketing. And people say, oh, well, it needs to be very serious. We can't, we don't want to be unprofessional. We don't want to be unprofessional about it. It's be very serious marketing, and this is very fact-based, that emotional stuff. That works for the consumer, but that doesn't work so much for the, for B2B.
Yeah.
And that is nonsense. That has been proven to be completely untrue. Because human beings, as it turns out, are wired the exact same way. So the same way that you buy detergent at the grocery store, based on emotion and a bunch of things that you're not always completely in touch with because they operate at a deeper psychological level, that same buying process, as it turns out, is the same buying process why people buy things from businesses. Because we don't have the ability to think rationally and fact-based, and we certainly don't have the ability to switch that buying process like Monday through Friday when I'm working as my as director of purchasing for such and such company. I'm going to be rational and fact-based and all these kind of things, and then on Saturday when I go to Walmart and I buy Pledge and baby wipes and things like that, now I'm an emotional consumer. It's no, and so all the kind of the neuroscience data points to a much better feeling, a much better look at this now that we're emotional creatures and we buy emotionally. And I think that, and there are some brands, certainly in the music products industry, that get that and know how to do that and be that and all those kind of things. And there are some that don't. And so I try to kind of help my clients be on the side that does and the side that is not, marketing is not so much of a plague as it is something that's welcome and something that enriches people's lives instead of being, oh God, the marketing guy's on the phone now. I just want, if I could just slit my wrists and have this day be over, I'd really, that would be a much better day for me.
Absolutely.
Like when people go shake my hand at like cocktail parties at NAMM, and I'm like, hey, I'm Scott Robertson, I do marketing. They're like, ugh. It's like, I don't have the plague.
You should, but I also sing.
I entertain literally a dozen people at a time at various sports bars around South Orange County.
Multi-talented.
I am slowly...
Multiple instruments, including marketing.
I am slowly clawing my way to the middle of show business. I hope to be there someday.
A small stage, and you'll just move your way on up. You'll be the Richard Cheese of marketing.
Man. So, I try to tell my clients, I think in today's world, I think that marketing, can and should be better. I think it can be respectful, and it can be full of trust, and it can be all these things, and it doesn't have to be this onslaught of of bad stuff. And it really can be good. It just takes a little bit of thinking, a little bit of empathy, a little bit of, did I mention thinking? Most of the things I talk about on the losing segment of May the Best Brand Win, who's winning and losing, most of those can be corrected with a little something that I like to call forethought.
Yeah.
Sitting down in a room and going, if we did this, what might happen? What might be the reaction? That kind of thing. And I just don't, you see it all the time. You see it all the time. I tune into the show. I have more than I have close to 40 episodes. I think this next episode I'm going to do is the 40th episode of May the Best Brand Win.
Wow, already.
If you're having trouble sleeping at night, May the Best Brand Win. It's been it gets you into the REM zone faster than anything else.
When you're in your 38th minute of that infomercial at 1 a.m. and you're thinking, why? It's just repeating itself. I should go on the internet.
I should go
to EnterTalkRadio.com.
EnterTalk Radio, because I'm having trouble sleeping. None of the Valium I've taken have really kicked in yet. So it's
May
like
the best brand
may
win.
the best brand win is going to be your way to knock yourself out.
And you never know. You might be going for a change in your career towards marketing after that. Just like, why am I still doing this when I could be just like Scott here?
and some sanity too. As a lot of people that are tasked with doing this marketing thing, especially in the music and tech industries, it's a tough job these days. People don't trust you instantly. I mean, absolutely instantly. They don't trust anything that you're saying, especially if it's coming and appears to be in any way, shape, or form related to marketing. They're like, well, now I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And that reputation is sort of well earned because marketing's like, let me get your name. Like those people are like, oh, just sign up with your email and this. And it's like, I don't want to give you my email because what are you going to do with my email?
Yeah.
You're either going to sell it or you're going to abuse it in some way. And I don't trust you. So people, and everybody has this. I mean, everybody has their fake, I'm going to give to marketing email accounts.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like so. There's no connection there. There's like the appearance of marketing.
Yeah.
Like a marketing shaped object kind of thing. But there's nothing really going on there because marketing is about connecting with people and building relationships. And I don't think that, and I talk about that a lot on the show, and I don't think that a lot of people get that. But you looking at their behavior, you can absolutely tell that they don't get that, and it's bad. It's bad. It makes a bad world. It makes it harder for all the marketers that are trying to do the right thing, trying to do things the right way, and I think it can and should be better. We're trying to grow the army of people who are going to maybe do branding a little bit better here in the future.
Yeah, and I think if it's done correctly, there's a humanizing component to it. Versus just all being capitalistic and all about the money.
Yeah. When you meet with business-to-business companies, and they operate under this sort of mythology that their marketing has to be serious. I'm like, so you mean boring? And I'm like, and they're like, well, it's got to be serious. I was like, and then I just ask them point blank. I'm like, what is it that you would like to do? Or would you like to connect with people, or would you like them to move on and watch various puppies attacking a guy? They let him out of a cage and a bunch of puppies just jumped all over him. Because let me tell you from experience.
The latter, I
exactly.
would choose.
That if it's between you and the puppies are kicking your butt all day long and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
So what you need to make, you can make your marketing a lot more interesting. And all you have to do is just shed that mythology that your stuff has to be this, this serious marketing. I have so many B2B professional companies that I help be interesting. And being interesting is first in marketing.
Yeah.
Is absolutely first. You have to compete against a lot of things out there. And if you aren't interesting, they're moving on from you. They're moving on. They're going to move on to something interesting.
Yeah.
It's not going to be you. It's going to be somebody else, and that kind of thing. So I help my clients be that, interesting piece. And what's really funny about it to me always is they're like, after they work with me for a little bit, they're like, well, we could have always been doing this, and I'm like, yes, you could have.
Yeah.
You absolutely could have been doing this. But people are shackled with these this belief system that again, that marketing has to be this other thing than kind of what it is. And I think one more thing that I always shatter about that too is the fact that people think that they have to hit people a bunch of times and ongoing with their message, or they're going to be forgotten about, and those kind of things. And it's like, you do not have to do that. You're about making a relationship with people, and that means you're there when they need you. You're there when you need you, and maybe you're not there when they need to do something else, and maybe you're respectful of that, and maybe you just learn how to back off.
Yeah.
And I think the smart marketing companies know how to do that. And I think that other companies don't, and they run the risk of alienating people, like retargeting, where ads follow you around to browser.
Yeah.
Whoever invented retargeting needs to be stopped.
Targeted
and stopped. Yes. And you find these digital marketing companies, they're like, well, I can increase your sales rates, by 50% by just simply creating ads that follow people around from browser to browser.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you feel when an ad follows you around from browser to browser? Because now that feeling, motions,
of suspicion,
of
yes.
motions, now that feeling, you just did an emotional transference and you attached that to their brand.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we got all these sales. It's like, we got all these short-term sales. And I always say on panels, I say, show me the spreadsheet of all the people that you pissed off.
Yeah.
I was like, show me the file that they opened on you in Washington for privacy violations. Show me, the other and unintended consequences of your well-meaning, not well-thought-out actions of doing those sorts of things. And you have to watch yourself, in digital marketing. All marketing is about a relationship. And they say, well, I want to be found on search engines. Well, how do you want to be found on search engines? Do you want to be found on search engines as the company that is just annoying people and always in people's faces?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be that cool bar that everybody, that doesn't even have a sign on the front door, that all the cool people kind of know where it is?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think so.
Some of that, mindset. I talk about stuff like that on the show all the time, and I try to make it fun and funny and hopefully interesting and educational.
Yes.
I think if you know stuff and you can do stuff, then it's sort of your duty to kind of share it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah. Scott,
Yeah.
you are a joy to interview.
Well, there you go.
So much personality. No wonder you're in marketing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You are the future of innovation.
Oh my god. Innovation today, innovation tomorrow, innovation always. You know what's funny about that tagline?
What?
Is I swear to God that isn't the tagline that they used like for Pan Am in the Hunger Games.
Oh my gosh.
I saw it.
back.
I saw it on a booth. I took a picture. I think I put it on my Facebook page, and I went, "Is that the Pan Am slogan from the friggin' Hunger Games?"
Awesome. Wonderful, Scott. It's NAMM 2017. It's going to come to a close this evening. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
Please check out entertalkradio.com. Look at all of our shows, and in particular, check out Scott on May the Best Brand Win.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, too. And you guys stay dry out there. Well, you guys are dry.
Yeah.
We're the ones that need to stay dry
That's
in
right.
rainy Southern California.
That's right. And I am Tuho, the correspondent for EnterTalk Radio, and you're watching Gear Previews and Interviews brought to you by Pitbull Audio. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, now we can sing and talk.